Hey there, my name is Ben. 2 days ago, I was in a car crash. It was just my car. It rolled. I don't know what happened. I came to. The car was back on all four wheels. The all the glass in the car was blown out. I got cut up, all around, nothing serious. I was awake and aware that I couldn't open the car door. Within 10 minutes, EMT arrived and injected me with something, and I said, no, 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 no. No, and they're like, oh, just gonna sedate you, boss. I woke up 8 hours later somehow with a vent, a mechanical ventilator, IV, catheter, whole 9 yards. I instinctively, without even thinking, pulled out the vent. There was no aide in this room with me. Pulled out the IV, pulled out the catheter, which was horrendous. And I found my shorts, which had been cut off me, and I covered my junk because I was naked. And I walked to the door and I opened it, and staff was sitting there, and I said, why did you vent me? And the staff freaked out. They couldn't believe I was awake. They followed me back into the room. I sat on the bed and I said, what drugs did you give me and why am I vented? And one of the nurses said, you have COVID. And I said, even if you tested positive for COVID, if I tested positive for COVID, a vent is the last resort for someone who cannot breathe on their own. They just looked at each other like, what do we do? What do we say? I said, what drugs did you put me on? What was coming through that IV? And they said, propofol, fentanyl, morphine. And I was like, why? What? Like, you were going to kill me on that machine. You were going to leave me there. They just looked at each other. I go, I want all the paperwork. I want everything that's been done to me and who authorized it. They didn't give it to me. I demanded a lawyer. I said I need a lawyer now. I'm leaving this place. They argued with me for 45 minutes. And then once I could show them that I could produce urine, they found some old raggy hospital clothes and gave them and took me to a door, which was not glass sliding door. It didn't even look like a hospital. This is in Flagstaff. They airlifted me from about an hour away. I was under from the time I was injected at the site of the crash. And I somehow miraculously came to and immediately took everything out. I'm trying desperately to get a hold of Del Bigtree or Alex Jones or Mike Adams or anybody that has a platform to share my story. It's new. I want to do it while I still have this. I just sent a certified letter for medical release forms. We'll see what's on that. They got a hold of a family member somehow, even though they didn't have my ID and I was tagged as John Doe. They told my family that I had a broken nose. I haven't blown my nose once since I left there. There's no blood. There's no swelling. There's no, there's just the same kind of junk that's all over from the glass. Why would they tell my family that my nose was broken and that I had, quote, acute pancreatitis, which from what I've read is extremely painful and a progressive illness. I've never had a stomach ache. I've never had any pain from my pancreas. They said nothing to my family about me being vented for COVID, but that's what they told me. I think that they had no intention for me to ever wake up, and I would have been classified and counted as someone that died of COVID in the hospital. And as you can see, I mean, everything works. I just walked 3 miles today. I was not injured. No surgery. They could have vented me if there was a pretty heavy duty surgery, for sure. No surgeries were performed. You have COVID. Please get this out for me. I've written to everyone and I've received no replies. It's only been a couple days, but I'm freaking out, I'm sure you can understand. I sincerely need this story to be heard. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy to be alive. I can't believe I woke up. Thank you.